They do?
I wish them luck.
Well, thank you. They'll love you for that. You know, they've been trying and working so hard to try to make it, but I don't know why you keep freezing. Where are you now? In the building? In the hotel building?
No, I'm in Las Vegas. No,
In what
just out in the valley in Vegas.
you
I'm
are?
headed home here in just a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, you come on and then we can see you.
He thinks if you just breathe where you are, you'll be totally fine.
Yeah, but we can hear you.
Okay, I won't move a muscle.
Okay, don't. Okay, can I talk about the ice skaters and why there were ice skaters?
I've always wondered, why did you pick ice?
Okay, because in 1949, I couldn't skate. I just couldn't even stand up. I had to hold on to the railing. There was an audition next to Radio City Music Hall was the sister theater of Radio City. It was called Center Theater. And Sonia Henney, who was the Olympic ice skater, had a huge show there. There were 150 people in the cast. And they were auditioning for novelty acts. And I auditioned for the show. Couldn't ice skate. I had to do it on ice. And I got the job. I couldn't stop. I couldn't turn around. But I walked away with that huge production. Sonia Henney, huge. It's a Broadway show. And I walked away with all the reviews. Brooks Atkinson, they even named a theater on Broadway after him. He gave me in the New York Times the headline. He said, and I'm not on an ego trip, so I can prove it. He said, Sid Croft's strutting puppets are masterpieces. That was the headline. And so I went from making $50 a week in the circus to $125 a week in the Broadway show. Because chorus, they only got $35 a week on Broadway. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And so that show ran for a year. And of course, I really learned how to ice skate. And after I closed in that show, all the hotels, the Hilton hotels, had showrooms. And they installed, like for 6 months in each hotel, ice. And they had a small little ice show, and I was the novelty act. So I worked all the time at the Hotel New Yorker.
No way.
And yeah, and in Chicago, the Stevens Hotel. So that's where the ice, I immediately wanted to do, everybody does dancers, and it was fine because the skaters could double when we needed dancers. And
Okay, but okay, now let me just switch a little bit here.
okay,
Why did you have the obsession of people falling into water? And because we did that almost every week. And Art Fisher, our director, bless his heart, he had
I
to.
loved Art Fisher. Yeah.
What what was
Well,
it going through your mind?
because it was spectacle. And that's what that show was. The sets, the costumes, you know. And I remember, and I'm going to tell a little story out of school. Marie was what, 16 years old, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Marie, I loved her when I went in for the fittings and whatever. Yeah, and she would. Marie was like a little devilish at 16 years old. Wasn't shy, but one day you came to me about your costume, and you thought you know, it was a scarf around your neck and you didn't like that. And I said, it's a costume, Donny, you know, and you said, I don't know, you know, I don't know if it looks wrong on a guy, you know, wouldn't wear something like this. I had the same problem with Bob Hope. Remember we talked about it last week. It wasn't a
I'm in
problem.
Miranda with a
It
fruit.
wasn't a problem, but I remember you. That's the only complaint I got from you in the whole series was that scarf. I hope you have.
Well, you know what's funny, Sid, is that we really didn't have time to complain. We just, you gave us a I don't know, 300-page script or whatever it was every week,
Yeah.
and there was no time for changes.
No, no.
And then, and then there's one thing I put in my show here in Vegas that you costumes. I can't remember exactly what I say. Some of the costumes have got to stay in the past, and I put up 4 videos of some of the.
Jeremy Railton. Oh God, this is terrible. You're like a robot. Oh, what are we doing? And look at me, I'm shiny as hell. Okay. You're a robot and I'm shiny. Oh my God.
The Wi-Fi and your
Okay,
makeup
am I back?
is horrible. Yes.
What should we do? What
I'm
can
back.
we do?
No, he's fine.
Is he? Well, you're
I'm
sort of
back
back.
now.
You're so robotic.
Okay.
Oh my God. You could sell a toy and make a fortune. Donny Osmond, robotic singer. Yeah, that would be incredible. You know,
Well, I do make fun of some of the costumes that Jeremy made. At one time, Sid, you had us in spider webs, and we were dressed up as spider webs. And the other time, we were dressed up as lightning bolts.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you
Yeah,
remember the lightning bolt?
We posted it a couple days ago.
We posted it. Look on my.
Oh, did
you don't.
Okay, I've got to
And
tell you.
guess what? You don't follow me, and I just don't believe it. You know what I'm saying?
He might be.
I'll follow you.
You need to follow me. I follow you every time you do a post.
I'll follow you, Sid.
You know, I answer everybody out there. I started with 500 people a little over a year ago. Now we got close to 18,000. But they're all from all over the world, and they watch us every week. I don't know why, but they do.
Well, I have to say this, Donny. We posted.
Because you're in what?
We posted the one where you guys are in the lightning bolts, and I had edited it down so it's a minute, and I show Sid, and he starts laughing. He goes, "It's hideous. It's perfect."
Well, I will agree with you on the hideous side.
Okay, you asked me a question. Donny, where did I get all those things are from my puppet shows. They all are. Those big spectacles that I did at Six Flags and all the amusement parks. Those 25.
So in other words, what you're saying, Sid, I became your live puppet.
I think I made you a puppet, both of you. Didn't I put strings on you in one show?
You did. Maria and I did this pull the string and wink at you. I'm your puppet. And we had these ropes.
Let me ask you something.
I think, what is Sid doing to me?
So, Donny, are you still mad at me?
I love you, Sid. There's no one on this planet that could be mad at Sid Croft.
No, but I got to tell you something. The first show, I'm sure you remember this. The first show went on ABC from 7 to 8. We replaced a big hit show. They preempted it. It was called The Swiss Family Robinson. It was a huge hit, right?
Oh my.
And they put the show on,
Yes.
and listen to this. You got a 40. You know who gets a 40 today? The Olympics, or whatever. You know, you got, the world went nuts, and Fred Silverman said, "You got how long will it take to do a series?" And we make promises and we deliver, and we did, and we all
delivered
together,
Yep.
and
You know what something said? I don't think anybody out there in the world who wasn't involved in our little circle of creating that weekly show, they have the least idea of how hard we worked every week.
On.
And, yes, Donny and Marie were out there in front of the camera, but the army of people, including yourself, behind the cameras, just working your tails off, putting that show together every week. It was phenomenal what we accomplished on a weekly basis.
And who was the actress? Jodie Foster. Did you know she came to every taping? We didn't have the audience there for the whole. Oh yeah, she was the same age as Marie, and she was just so taken away with Donny and Marie. And as a kid, she was there every single week. Maybe you didn't even know that. Yeah. And then
I didn't know that. You know what you need to do? You know what you need to do? You need to get well, besides write a book. It would be the most interesting, crazy book I'll ever read. But you need to get
well, you know what happened?
And get her memories of it as well.
We reached out. Oh, this is great. And they turned us down because they said her dance card was full. But you know what? I
know she's so busy right now, but one of these days,
great dancer. She needs to pencil me in.
With you're a great dancer with strings attached.
And Rob too. I mean, can you believe it? Here I am.
No, but to get her perspective, because we had so much fun for those 11 years of the Flamingo, and we've gone our separate ways now. She's doing her shows, and I'm doing mine, and that's never going to happen again. Of what happened in the Flamingo, but we have fond memories of doing that show, particularly working with you, Sid, and Marty, and everybody, and Art, and all those people, and all those ice skaters, and we had a blast. But to get her perspective on the impact of the Donny and Marie show would be a very interesting thing for your audience. And even for me, I'd love to hear her perspective.
I would do anything to get her on because I haven't seen her. When we got our Lifetime Achievement Award, I wasn't really feeling well, and I was sitting off in the green room or whatever, and Marty came back and said, "I just saw Marie." I said, "Oh, Marty, why didn't you bring her? I wanted to give her a hug. I wanted to say hello." I just had a hard time walking around at that time because I had my hip done or whatever. Who knows? Oh, they can't knock me off with a baseball bat. Don't worry about anything. I just,
No, but to get her perspective would be great because she's so talented in what she does. Have you heard? But Sid, have you heard her new album?
No, to be honest, no. Well,
oh my goodness, you got to hear her sing. She's got the most beautiful operatic voice. She's been training her voice.
Wow.
Yes.
What a trip.
And I went to go see her. I was in New York at the time. She was opening up in The King and I. And so I went to go see. I couldn't see the actual show, so I went to the preview or went to the dress rehearsal. And she started singing this song, and for the split second, I thought, the press are going to eat her alive because somebody's backstage singing her part for her. And then I realized, oh my goodness, that's my sister singing. She's got a beautiful voice. You've got to hear this.
It's
sure amazing.
Under her dress she didn't have a little speaker and somebody, you know what I mean? No, I've seen that.
For a split second I did think that. Yeah. I did think that for a split second, and then I realized, no, this is my sister's voice, and it's gorgeous. It's unbelievable.
And
it's only gotten stronger over the years.
And more beautiful. I mean, oh
yes,
God. I loved her so much. She was a trip.
Yeah. Well, you know, you had something in your hands. You controlled something that doesn't happen very often, and I was very fortunate, Sid, and I say this from the heart, to have you and your brother and all the people around us. You guys helped us create something that was almost an anomaly because of the amount of people that were watching it on a weekly basis and the impact that the Donny Marie Show had. It was a powerful brand back in the day.
Still,
and it still is. You know, the name, the
Yeah.
brand Donny and Marie, it conjures up, at least in my opinion, it conjures up a really wonderful time back in the 70s. A more innocent time, and everything was fun and not so serious, and we just had a blast. Stars would come on our show, and you know this, and you booked them. Huge stars, and they would have fun, and they would join in the skits and laugh. It's hard
Remember,
to see that
we had Groucho Marx came on, and they took him away in an ambulance. He had a stroke, or I can't remember what it was. In the middle,
it was his blood pressure went up
because of
do you know why? Do you know the story?
Yeah.
Oh, it's because of you. Do you know why it was because of you? Yeah, this is what I remember. This is my perspective. Maybe I'm wrong. This is what I remember. So he's doing this skit. You had our dancers dressed up in these these little outfits that were kind of sexy, and his blood pressure went up, and his nurse said, "Sorry, gotta take it. It's your fault."
Oh, I get blamed for everything. Don't worry about that. Are you kidding? My whole life, everybody blames me. You know, we brought on all our little people. We brought on all our puppeteers.
Yes.
And, you know.
What was the lady's name who did the skit with Paul Lynde?
Patty Maloney.
She was just
Maloney.
Patty Maloney. She was the greatest in the world, and that skit with Paul Lynde, it wouldn't fly today because it's not PC. But she was such a great actress.
And still is. She
lives
in Florida. Lady. I've been trying to get her on. I found her in Florida, and she played in one of my puppet shows. She played Benita Bazaar in the Bugaloos, and we made a puppet out of her. People didn't know it was a little person because all the marionettes were the same size. Oh, the talent she has.
Do you remember Billy Barty doing that Frankenstein skit with Don Knotts?
Yes, we posted that.
We posted
that last year.
Yeah.
You did?
So do you know every time we post the Donny Marie Show, it goes through the roof. You know? Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
And there's a lot that we can't find.
It's actually an argument that Sid and I have almost every week. At least one time a week, he looks at me and he goes, "What are we going to post?" And I said, "Well, give me a minute." And he goes, "Just put Donny and Marie. It does great. Just find something with Donny and Marie. It does great."
Yeah. Donny Marie.
That's funny.
I mean, Donny Marie in Las Vegas for 11 years sold out every single show. Every single show. Yeah.
That was crazy.
I mean, you could have been there for another 20 years. But that's hard work.
Probably. But Marie and I, we met on it, and we discussed it, and we thought, you know, it's time to start doing our own things again. And we had a great run. And like I said earlier, she's doing her things on her own, and I'm doing my own things on my own. But we live with those memories. And I do a tribute to Marie and to the Donny and Marie, the whole Donny and Marie show in this show that I do now in Vegas.
Put my name up
there? And
because
it's actually, I'm changing the show from Donny to Sid.
You know, talk about Jimmy. I mean, Jimmy did a lot of our live shows, Madison Square Garden. We did a special on nighttime. You know, it was a special. Yeah.
Yes, I remember.
With all the puppets. I always had him work with our crazy puppets from our puppet show, actually. because I always knew
Yeah.
that it worked. You know, they were all tested.
Yeah.
But, oh, Jimmy, I mean, wow.
Okay. Oh, I just got another
Oh,
memory. I
good.
just got another memory.
A flash.
It was, I can't remember the name of the character, but, and I know you'll remember this because it has Sid Croft written all over it. Ruth Buzzy was doing a skit with Puffin Stuff?
No, with
No,
Mr.
was it Puffin Stuff?
Munchie.
And
it
Mr. Munchie,
swallowed her.
and Mr.
It
Munchie
ate her. It ate her.
swallowed her.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Sid,
Sid,
what goes on up there?
I
mean,
how do you spell sick?
S-I-C, you know, your name is Sid. Your name is Sid. It should have been Sick. Sick Croft.
Oh, no, it's like, you know, all the puppet shows and Les Poupées de Paris, which was huge. It was, there'll never be a show that big done with puppets because you couldn't, you know, afford to do it. It would cost hundreds of millions of dollars with all those effects. And even the theater, we did environmental theater when you walked in, and the ceiling and the walls, everything, you know, happened in the audience. Because as you know, audience participation is gold, right? When you bring somebody up,
it's everything.
Or you sing to just one person, everybody melts along with.
It's everything.
Well,
that's what a show is.
Hey, you're an unbelievable showman. Oh, I gotta tell. Can I tell you a crazy story? We still have, we.
Sure. We got about 5 minutes. Go for it.
Yeah, we can go a little over. We're having too much fun.
Problem is, I've got an appointment I got to get to.
Do you know when I wanted Mae West to record, and I called her? Oh, there's a whole big story. And she got on the phone and she said, "Oh, I have a lot of appointments." And I said, "Well, what about a month from now?" Or, "It's fine. I don't need to see you right away." And she said, "What about 1 o'clock?" But there's even more to it.
Okay, I just got another memory. When you said Mae West, Paul Lind in the little dinghy that starts to sink, and he gets his vest, which he called the Mae West. Do you remember that one?
And
then he tried to there was a snake or something, and he was supposed to put his foot down on the boat, and it was supposed to break through, and it didn't. So he kept pushing on it. You go, icky poo, icky poo. Do you remember that?
Do you remember when I put him? We did the Ziegfeld Follies with the staircase, and I put him in a balloon dress that had a 20-foot trail on it, and he came down the staircase, and all the balloons were popping, and he was a nervous wreck anyway. You know, Paul Lind. Oh God.
Oh, Sid, I don't know how your mind works, but I think back at what we did, and you are out of your mind, Sid. You are, and you're still out of your mind.
You've got to give me 1 minute. I'm a runner. I'm down in Venice Beach. I run in the hard sand, and there's a roller skating path that goes Santa Monica all the way down. And all of a sudden, I'm running, and I look over, and there's an elephant roller skating, a huge elephant with a trainer. And I run off the beach, and I'm running with the trainer because the elephant is roller skating down the path. I thought, whoa, what am I on? But it was real. It was real. It was real. Okay. And I said to the trainer, I said, "Can he ice skate?" He said, "Yeah, he learned how to roller skate because he can ice skate." And I said, "Give me your card. I got this wild idea. I'm going to do a show called Magic on Ice. And I need your elephant. And I'm going to call David Copperfield because he's got to make him disappear. He's got to make the elephant disappear." I have the greatest presentation. Nobody has ever seen it for Magic on Ice.
And that's why you are sick, Croc.
Right.
You are really.
Is that a good exit?
Yes.
Is that a good turnoff? I mean,
Sid, I have really enjoyed this hour. Thank you so much.
Incredible, and thank you for coming on. You know, I hope
My
everybody
pleasure.
out there had a couple of laughs, and they might
I sure
have
did.
learned something too, because what I talked to you about, that's always been important to me. You know, they need to know how hard we work on our profession, and we give product.
Yeah. Well, you're one of the originals. You're the Pathfinder. You go back to how you got started from your father with clocks, and then you said, no, I want to do puppets. And you are a Pathfinder. You're a little crazy a bit upstairs, but it takes a crazy guy. No, seriously, and I say that in all respect. You have to be a little crazy to just do what we do, because you got to think way outside the box. You got to say, no, if that is impossible, then that's exactly what I'm going to try to do.
Can I leave
the
you
impossible.
with something?
And you've done it all your life.
Everybody goes right. And everybody, I'm telling everybody out there, go left. Go left.
Go left.
Because you're going to discover something so different, you know,
that's right.
Because everybody goes right, you know, down that path, because
that's right.
It's safe. No, go left. Thank you so much.
Well, when you go on your run, whether it's today or tomorrow, remember one thing.
Go left.
Go left.
Donnie, I'm going to...
Keep going left, and eventually you'll come home.
I'm going to see you in Vegas. Definitely. You know.
Okay. Give me a call, and I'll get you. I'll get you the worst seat in the house.
Yeah, please. Are you going to pick up the tab? That's...
It's all on me. Okay. It's all on me.
In the bathroom for you.
Yeah.
I have Kelly. Kelly
is
my witness.
Oh.
Hey, you bring Kelly with you. I'll get you both the best seat in the house.
Thank you, Donny.
Donny, I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Hey,
I love you too, buddy. Thanks for all the wonderful, happy times together.
You know it. And
bye.
Take care.
Marie, have a talk with Marie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You've got to get her on the show. She will have a blast with you.
Love you.
And remember, your new name is Sick. Okay.
Sick Croc.
Okay.
2 F's and 1 T. Okay. Bye.
All right, Sid.
Bye.
Thank you so much, buddy.
Okay. Wow. That was so much fun. Why am I so shiny? What happened?
Your makeup person quit.
My makeup. I don't wear makeup. I need to. I need to. I mean,
we'll start that next week.
What about the turkey
there's
neck?
Tape. We could tape you all back.
Oh, you know what I'm going to be doing in a couple of weeks?